Hi guys, so today we're going to take a look at the MelodySusie Sparkle Pro Rechargeable Nail Drill. So as we open up the box, we have the user manual and the control box for the system. This actually came wrapped in plastic, but I already opened it just to make sure I knew what was inside. So the control box is pretty much what you would expect. It does have the forward and reverse switch on the top, as well as the on-off dial that also controls the speed, and the plug-in spot for the handpiece. So underneath this, we actually have two boxes. In the smaller box, we have the handpiece, which I'm gonna go ahead and unbox for you guys. It does come pretty well packaged. It's really protective, so make sure that nothing gets bent or knocked around in transit. So this is the handpiece. It's pretty typical of any handpiece, but it does feel really nice to be held. It's pretty ergonomic, I would say, especially the way that it's a little skinnier at the tip, because I've found that thicker ones do tend to be really uncomfortable after a while of using them. But you can see on the handle here, it does have the locked and unlocked so that you know when it's open, and you can take out that little protective piece in there. Alright, so onto the bigger of the two boxes. This one actually has quite a few different components in it. The first being this gray like handpiece rest, I guess. I do know these exist, obviously, but I actually have never had one for my drill, so I really love this. I think it makes it so much easier to pick up the drill, especially when I have longer nails, because that's always a struggle for me. So it works perfectly. Love that. And then we also have the charger. So this is a rechargeable drill, so you are able to charge it up, use it, and then charge it after clients or whatever. Works super well. And then we also have this little clear plastic piece. So this one actually goes onto the main like control box of the drill. So as I pick it up, you'll see on the side here, there's actually these two slots, and then you just slide this piece right in. So this is where I would store the handpiece in between clients or when I'm storing the drill completely away. Please ignore all of my really cute reflections. I was obviously not paying attention when I was filming this, but as you can see, it just slides right into the side there and is perfect for storage. Alright, so the last few things in here are all bits. This first set is all kind of like diamond grit, and then we have the fine, medium, and coarse sanding bands that all go with this mandrel bit. And then last but not least, we have these two different bits. So this first one is a torch cylinder, medium grit, and then it does have this kind of like rainbow iridescence to it, which is really pretty. I don't use this shape too often, but it's great for removals. And then this last one is a safety barrel ball bit. Again, this one is medium grit, and it's really great for using it around the cuticle area, so that you don't cut up your client. And of course, there I go again with some really great reflections where I just look really, really cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and attach the handpiece now. So you just take the 3 prongs and fit it right in. Super easy. I have to say, this is a very sleek look, especially for the price point that this drill is. I just feel like it looks really nice, and it does have that extendable kind of cord too, so you can really reach, and the handpiece feels really nice in my hand. I feel like it feels lighter than the drill that I have been using, which means less hand fatigue, which is amazing. Super easy to unlock. I'm actually just gonna switch the drill bit real quick, so that you guys can see what this beautiful rainbow like cylinder bit looks like, because oof, I just like want all my bits to be this color. So you just slide it right in when it's unlocked, and then just make sure you lock it, because obviously you don't want that thing to go flying out when you turn it on. But yeah, it looks really nice. And I'm gonna let you guys actually hear it for a little bit because it is pretty quiet as far as drills go. So I have it in forward, but obviously if you're lefty, you can do it on reverse, but I'll just let you listen. Alrighty, so that is how it sounds, and then on the screen you are actually able to see the RPMs, as well as the little F to indicate that it's in forward, as well as the battery, which I think is amazing to have so that you know when you need to charge it. Alrighty, so I'm gonna move on to my prepping process now. I know so many people have asked for this, so I'm finally doing it. But I always start by pushing back the cuticles. You want to be firm enough that you're making sure that you're getting all of that dead cuticle off of the nail plate, but you still want to make sure you're being gentle so that you don't hurt your client or cause them discomfort. So once I've pushed back the cuticle, I'm going to take this really little drill bit. This is just a fine diamond grit bit. And I'm actually going to put my drill on reverse. So you want to make sure when you turn it on, you see that little R. And I'm barely turning this on. So the lowest setting is going to be 3 RPM. And that's because I want to be able to put this against my skin or my client's skin and basically have no discomfort. So you want it to be really, really gentle because you're going to take this and you're going to go against the epinecium. And it's going to basically remove any kind of dead skin that's on the nail plate while also like further kind of flicking up any dead skin that's near the epinecium. And then once I'm finished with that bit, I switch it to this really tiny ball bit. This is probably my favorite bit of all because using the same motions and keeping the drill bit in reverse, I go around the cuticle again, and if there's any dead skin, it will literally flick up and make it super easy to cut if you are someone who does like to cut the cuticles, which I do. I know there's 2 schools of thought, so really it's just whatever you are comfortable with. And if you've never used bits like this before or you've never cut cuticles before, as always, I really recommend trying it out on yourself first so that you're aware of the type of pressure that you're putting on. But essentially, once I'm done with that, I will go in with my nippers and cut the cuticles. And again, of course, you do not have to do this step, and it is personal preference. So once you've finished cutting the cuticles, if you choose to do so, you're going to take this mandrel bit as well as a fine sanding band, and you're just going to put the sanding band onto the bit like this. Super easy with this one. I also do recommend kind of taking a file to the edge of the bit just to kind of like soften it a little bit because sometimes it does get a little bit close to the cuticles. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it in there. And again, you want to use a really low setting for this. So I think again, I just used the lowest, which is 3 RPMs. So you're just gonna lightly buff the top. You do not need to like scratch up the nail a lot, especially with products these days. Like the adhesion is so much better. Like there's no reason that you need to rough up the nail. So in reality, I'm just taking off the very tippy top layer of the nail because that's where it's oily, and that's the main point of doing this step, is to make sure that the nail bed is nice and clean and not oily at all. So one thing that you do want to watch out for while you're doing this is making sure that your drill is pretty much parallel with the nail bed. If you kind of dig in too much or have too severe of an angle, that can kind of cause rings of fire, which basically mean an area is so thinned out that it gets kind of red and inflamed and super sensitive, and you do not want that. And then once you're done taking off that shiny layer, you're ready to go in with maybe like a surgical brush or whatever you prefer and some isopropyl alcohol, and then you're just going to cleanse the nails so that you're ready to put on dehydrator and primer, and then you're ready to go. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little tutorial and review. As far as the drill goes, I really do recommend it, especially for the price. Like, this drill has way more bells and whistles than a drill that I have that is like more than double the price of this drill. So definitely, if you're interested, I'm gonna have a discount code in the description, so check it out. Yeah, this is just some footage of me finishing up my Body Molly Jeans nails. But yeah, I will be back with new content soon, I promise. So I will see you next time.